My AI. That's AI, man. AI, Mina. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. It's Thursday. We're here. It doesn't look like a SEPA filter outside. Yeah, so grateful for that. So grateful. I feel like I was like thinking about that this morning, and I was just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, it was a wild time. I feel like those, like, I think it lasted for like maybe like a week, but it was definitely a wild time. I just kept thinking like, damn, like I feel like every 6 months we get hit with something. So it feels good to wake up. It doesn't smell like a barbecue outside. I feel like that was like also the other thing. Everything smelled like something burning. So yeah, it feels good. It's Thursday. I could breathe. You know, it's not so gloomy out. It's still summer. I think the first day of summer solstice was yesterday. I may be wrong, or it could be today. But I know the first day of Cancer season, I think, is today. And how ironic that the first day of Cancer season, it rains. It's just like, because I feel like Cancers are very like sensitive human beings. So they're always known to be like, no offense, but little weenies. So it's kind of like, oh, first day of Cancer season, let's make sure it's raining. I want everybody to get in their feelings like this Thursday morning. So yeah, first day of Cancer season, pretty chill day. I feel like before I get into like my topics, I definitely want to say happy Juneteenth. I feel like Juneteenth was this Monday. And I feel like it's a holiday that we should be talking about because it's actually official. It's a holiday. For Mina Mendoza, for me, I feel like it's a holiday if banks are closed. If the bank is closed, it's a fucking holiday. And the banks were closed. At least my bank was closed. I noticed Wells Fargo was closed. So I was like, oh, you guys are not racist. Cool. So yeah, Juneteenth. I hope that everybody had a great day that day. Let's remember what that day is about. You know, even though I feel like we treat holidays all the same as like a day off of work. So I hope that you did have your day off of work. But I did hear, because my son actually had school, and I was like questioning that. I was like, that's like weird that they would have school on Juneteenth. Like I thought that was odd because I noticed that banks were closed. A lot of like my other job, like where I work at, besides like doing the Mina Mendoza show, I didn't work that day, but my employees got paid time and a half that day. So I'm like, oh, if it's time and a half, that's a government thing. But I'm curious. Like I get curious about Juneteenth. Like, is that something that you would have to approve as a like? How do holidays get approved? Like, how does it become an all year round holiday? Or is it just like a, I'm going to choose this for my employees type day? I was like getting curious on that. I was like, oh, like, how does that work? And if it doesn't work, are you guys racist? Like, why don't you want that day off? Like, we already have the 4th of July. Why can't we have Juneteenth? Curious. Spanish people need a day. Okay? I think Spanish people need a day. Spanish people, Hispanic, let me take that back. Because I feel like one thing about me, like, being a Latina, Hispanic person, I try to do my best in correcting my language, especially when talking about things like that. But I feel like Hispanic and Latino people, like, we need to have a holiday. Like, we do so much shit here. Like, deadass. Like, I just passed Garfield High School right now. I swear to God. If you live in the Bergen County area, one thing that's pretty cool is they tore down the tennis courts and basketball courts. And I guess they're like rebuilding everything. Shout out to Garfield. It looks like y'all got some money. So that's what's up. Building that shit. Because I went to Garfield High School. So like I love the fact that they're renovating things. But what I wasn't okay with is that I saw one guy, definitely an Hispanic guy. I don't want to assume he was Hispanic. He was Hispanic. He definitely was Hispanic. Okay. I don't think that makes me like racist or anything or being like whatever. But what was wild, it was like he a whole huge construction site. And then he was by himself. And like I was like, in my head as I'm driving to the studio, right? I'm like, yo, what if you get hurt? Like who is your witness? Like who are you? Yo, for real. Like I don't know. Like, yo, we can't be like Florida, man. We can't be like Florida. We can't be taking out the listen, I'm not really good with laws, but I know they did something where I guess if you didn't have papers, you can't work no more. We can't do that. We can't do that here. I see a lot of bad things happening. Like, I don't know. I just see a lot of things happening. We can't do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, Hispanic people, I'm not trying to take away from Juneteenth either, before y'all come at me for that. I'm just saying we should have a day. Just saying. I think we would all appreciate it. I mean, I would. And then I wonder, like, what day would it be? Like, would it be in the summer? I think it would be summer. Marv, if we had a Hispanic day, what day would you think it would be? Would it be summer, spring, fall, or winter? Tomorrow. That can't be in June because then it's going to be like we took away Juneteenth. I feel like it has to be its own holiday. And it can't be in July because you have July 4th. Maybe it should be in August. So it's just like, just to remind July 4th where it's also built on. Let me stop. All right. I kind of like doing the show by myself. I'm not gonna lie. No, for real. Like, it's bringing it back to like how, you know, I used to do my shows. I always say it all the time. I used to be in here talking my shit by myself, but it feels good. It's like I don't have to like. Don't get me wrong. I love my guests. I love listening to you guys talk, but nothing beats what you want to talk about. So I kind of dig this so much. Yeah. So shout out to Juneteenth. Definitely shout out to Juneteenth. Another thing that I do want to talk about, which I feel like it's on everybody's radar right now, is the submarine by the Titanic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I heard about the like submarine with the whole Titanic situation, I was like confused. I didn't even know that we were sending submarines in there. Had no idea. I was like, what? Like, that's wild crazy. I had no idea that we were sending submarines out there. So to think that that's a thing, that's so scary. Like, talk about adventurous. That's like really living life at like being risky, you know? So anyways, so I find out that we've had submarines that have gone there and seen this ship, right? Then I find out the ticket for this submarine. So if you wanted to do this expedition, I guess that's what we could call that, right? We're talking about $250,000. That's $250,000. Oh, no. Yeah, yo, that's wild crazy. That's a whole like $250,000, and that's $250,000. And I think there were like 6 people in there. So let me think. Like, that's talking about 4 or 5. So that is a $1.5 million in that submarine right there with those people, like just tickets alone. So I wonder if that includes taxes. Let me stop. So you got $250 like for a ticket, right? $250,000 for a ticket. Now what's wild to me is like, do they have to sign something? You know what I mean? They have to. Like, I feel like when you go like parachuting, I feel like you sign something. You know what I mean? But it's like, do you sign like, hey, like your family cannot come after us? Because the reason why I'm asking, one, I feel like in order to do this excursion, you got to have money. So people that have money, if you sue this thing, you can possibly make them go out of business. So my question is like, okay, do you sign this? It's like, oh, you might die. Like, what are the, you know, all that fine print that we don't want to read. And also shout out to everybody who has seen Black Mirror, because they will get that little fine print. Please do watch the new season. It's amazing. We're going to get into that in a bit, but wanted to throw that in there. So it's like, you might die. So now we're all in this ship, right? I'm guessing there's a captain. I think there's a captain. But what's wild to me is that I don't know if anybody has seen this, but the way this submarine is maneuvered, it looked like a GameCube controller. Like, that was just wild to me. Like, it's just like, bro, like, did you just take the same prototype of this controller, like, and just was like, I like this controller. This is the Nintendo that nobody likes, so I'm gonna use this for the submarine. It's just like, that's just like crazy to me. Like, I'm just like, all right, so we're controlling this. Like, you would think it would be like some high tech beep beep type of place. Like, I don't know. Nah, it's a GameCube controller, like, controlling this. So I just think, like, what happened? I'm curious. I want to know what happened. Like, where was the disconnect? Like, how did this submarine just lose itself? So, like, there's so many theories. They're saying that it has imploded, that it's stuck in the Titanic. People were saying that they were hearing like Morse code. I'm just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that is a scary way to die, you know? Because it's like, you know you're gonna die, you know, unfortunately. And it sucks. It's like, damn, you got all this money and they still can't find you. Mind this, the whole ship is filled with men. Like, I'm just saying, it really is. I was like, damn, are any females in there? No, it's just all guys. And they're all like millionaires. So, was it planned? I don't know. But anyways, that's always my conspiracy side that comes out to the picture. So, like, they just can't find them. And I think it's like they said, like, after 5 days, the oxygen level is like gone. Also, fuck the oxygen level. We gotta talk. Where are you using the bathroom? We're talking about a pileup of piss and shit, bro. I'm sorry. We gotta be transparent here. Like, you're stuck in a vessel. Like, you can't go anywhere. And yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would just be scared. Like, I'm in some whole ass deep ocean. Like, okay, I might be safe in this thing, but like, that's scary. And like, the question I remember came about, like, would you rather be stuck in space or would you rather be stuck in the ocean? I think I would rather be stuck in space, because I feel like at least with space, the scenery is nice. You know, you get to float around the earth, maybe see some cool aliens. I don't know. I feel like die, and then if the spaceship explodes, you know, you just crystallize and die. I feel like with the water, I'm gonna have to like float around and then suffocate and drown. I don't want that. And then freeze and suffocate and drown. I don't want that at all. And then probably see some like crazy whatever is down there. I don't know. Like, I'd rather see an alien than like some Jurassic Park fish or somebody's goldfish. I don't know. I don't want to see that. I think Mina Mendoza has a fear of the deep ocean. I'm not a fan of the deep ocean. And I don't know, like, that's a question that you guys should ask yourselves. Like, would you rather be stuck in space or be stuck in the deep ocean water? Marv, what would you rather be stuck in? In space? For real? Okay, fair. That's how I feel. Like, space, it's like, it's nice, you know? And yo, one thing I always wanted to ask, and I feel like I always gotta ask this. Yo, what came first? Obviously, like, how did we know? And this is where like my mind wanders, right? How did we know that we needed a spacesuit? You know what I mean? Like, cause it's like the minute you touch space, you die, right? So it's just like, I always wonder this, like, dead ass, like, how did we know that we needed a spacesuit? It's like this. Yeah. For real, for real. So Marv said, because you can't hear him, he said that we were sending animals first. So like, we just threw Benji out the window and we're like, yo, we need a spacesuit. Yo, that's not ethical. Fucking America's just like, yo, They don't give a fuck. They're just like, throw these things, yo. That's crazy. All right, Marv honestly answered my question because I thought somebody just opened the window in the spaceship and they were like, no. And that's it, yo. Spacesuits for everybody 24/7. You can't leave this thing. It has to stay on. But that was, yo, for real. But like, I never thought of it like that. They just threw a cat or a fucking monkey out the window and they were like, nah, yo, that shit just died. But like, yo, Marv, they had to freaking do something, bro. Yo, I don't know. That's wild, crazy. America's wild, yo. America's just a whole bunch of unhinged cowboys, like fucking figuring shit out. They're like, does it work? Fuck it. Anyways. But yes, back to my submarine, bro. So like, we're all on this submarine mission, and I don't know, like there's some reports saying that they died today. I saw a couple reports coming in on that. There's some reports saying that it imploded. But my thing is like, yo, that's just, I think we should just stop doing these type of things until we're for sure, especially if it's being controlled by a GameCube controller. Like my thing is just like, yo, if someone showed me that this freaking submarine, like G.I. Joe type of tank is, you know, my life is depending on this, is being, yeah, blowing from stupid down. Yeah, man, like it's being like fucking by this, like these type of vibes. Like, are you kidding me? Stop like it. Yo, get for real, help. You press the X button too much, it malfunctions. I'm just like, nah, like I'm not dumb. What's the thing that Amanda says all the time? You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Fortunately, don't come for me. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Yo, facts, and that's a stupid prize. They got the real Titanic experience. I'm sorry, yo. Don't come for me. Where's Wood? I swear, this is just wild to me. This is wild to me. I do see some activity in the check-in, and my blind ass cannot see anything. So please have patience with me, my friends. Oh, hooray! Shout out to my best friend Amanda. Where's the Scooby-Doo crew to find them? Yo, facts. Where's the car? Where's like Scooby-Doo, yo? He should be there. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yo, imagine. What would you do if you were stuck in the submarine with Jeffrey Dahmer? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to think of that. Yeah, it's fucking slow dancing and shit. All right, man. Well, whatever is going on with that submarine, I do hope that there is a dope story to that. And if they do die, then yeah, I feel bad for the families. I think we should just think twice about these things, you know, like how safe is this thing? So yeah, they said, yeah, I'm going to stop at that. I'm just going to stop at that. All right. So another thing that I want to talk about is that I think that's pretty cool is Domino's. And we're not talking about the game. We're talking about the pizza. So I just read something wild today that Domino's no longer, like you don't need an actual like address anymore. Not anymore. You like, you know how you have to put like your address to like obviously get your like food delivered. So you don't got to do that no more. Domino's now has a new system. It's called the pinpoint system, where it pinpoints your actual geolocation and delivers your pizza. How, Sway? Yo, for real. It's like, yo, I'm going to be in this park in an hour. Yo, I got you in 20 minutes. Yo, I'm not by the swing set no more. I'm by the track. Like, yo, that's...
okay. I see what you did there.
Damn, but like, I just look at it like, yo, Domino's as a brand are like real savages when it comes to their delivery system. Because it's like, I feel like this is what I'm thinking about. This is like, you know, like Mina Mendoza is spicy, but you know, I am a humanitarian, if I said the word right. I just think like, I feel bad for the delivery guy. You know, like, you gotta meet me here in this room. Like, it's just like you're pinpointing the exact location.
Where the hell have you been, Loca?
Yeah, for real. They're gonna be like, you told me it was this spot. Now you gotta give me $1 more. Like, I just look at it like, damn. And it's like, nah, yo, I was sitting on the other side of the stadium, not on this side. I'm just like, so now they gotta like actually find the human being. I'm just like, who approved this? Like, and why? Like, was the system not working before? Like, are addresses not a thing anymore? Like, is that who did this? A Gen Z? Did they think like having an address was chuggy? I want to know.
Goodness.
Because Domino's, I don't think that's nice. Like, what's up with that, yo? Like, I don't know. These ideas are getting crazier, but let me know what y'all think about that. Pinpoint delivery. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm like, again, I'm thinking about the driver's like perspective. Like, it's like you got to be exactly where that human being is at. Like, that's different. I don't know if that's future or just being just crazy, weird, innovative. But anyways, we're going to transition. So one thing that I was thinking about, like I was like with emotions, right? Because I feel like as a human being, we get so many emotions. If you had to pick an emotion that you could never be ever again, what do you think that would be? I guess like, let's actually condense this a little bit more. So I'm going to like take that back. What would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? I think for me, it would be never get jealous. Because I feel like angry is never a bad thing. You know, I feel like a lot of people kind of miss and screw, like, you know, and I fucking love the Mina Mendoza show today. It shows my fucking intellectual, logical side. I fucking think, okay? That part, shit. But what I'm trying to say is like, you know, being angry is not a bad thing. Like, you could be angry and be able to express your anger in a positive way. I feel like it's an emotion for a reason. And also, if you're angry, kind of in a way, it's showing me that you're passionate about it. I feel like that's the positive way to talk about angerness. Like, you're passionate, because you have to be passionate about something to feel that deeply about it, that it puts you past the point of crying. It's like, no, like, you know, you're angry. So to me, like, I want to get angry. I want to feel that emotion if I lose something, because if I don't get angrier, it feels like, did I even want it like that? You know? So I'm okay with getting angry, but I'm not okay with being jealous, because I feel like, all right, let's all be real. I feel like everybody gets jealous. People that be like, I don't get jealous. Shut up. Yes, you do. Everybody gets jealous. It may not be over another human being, but it could be over a career. It could be over a materialistic object. People always get a little bit of jealousy. You're like, damn, like, why, you know, why they gotta have it like that? To me, I don't want to have that feeling, because I feel like, why do I have to think that that person doesn't deserve that? You feel me? Because I'm like, jealousy is almost in a way hate. And that's something that I don't support. I even stop myself sometimes from saying I hate you to somebody, because I feel like when you use the word hate, that's almost in a way wishing death on that person. And I'm not okay with that. I might not fuck with you. I might not like you very much. And I could easily say that 24/7. But I do not like saying the word I hate you. Yeah, just no. And I feel like when people are jealousy, is like, that's where the word comes from, like hater, you're hating, like, you know, and it's like, I don't think that's a cool feeling to have. Like, you know, like, jealousy in a way is like, it puts like this negative feeling, like you're not good enough, you know, like maybe you are not supposed to get that car. Maybe you're not supposed to get that guy or girl, or maybe you're not supposed to have that person's attention in that moment. But my whole point is like, the selfish part of that is like, what makes you think that other person didn't deserve that? And like, I shouldn't be in control of that, you know? So if that makes sense, please let me know if I should clarify that. But like, I would, if I had to pick either the two, like either never get angry or never get jealous, I would feel like I would never get jealous. Because I could still get angry 24/7. I feel like still be happy, still be successful, still be confused, or whatever, every type of emotion. But I think I could live without never getting jealous. I'll be like the coolest, hippie, peaceful person ever. Because I'm like, damn, like if you never get jealous, I feel like that would be dope. I'm okay with not having that feeling. I don't know about but like, I'm okay with not having that feeling. Let's look at that check-in. Never get jealous, because when you're jealous, you're angry. That's true. Two contradicting ass. Freaking. That's true. I don't know, Biff. I feel like jealousy is just negative. You know, it's not nice. Angry could be personal and still be healthy. You gotta let it out. It's just not good to be angry all the time, because at that point, you're just being a little negative Nancy, and we don't like that. But think about that. Sit on that. You know, what would you rather choose? Now, I feel like I got a lot of topics, but one thing that I thought was cool, I know I don't like talking about them, but before we get into another personal topic, I feel like, you know, I kind of want to, I wonder, how old is Kourtney Kardashian? And how is she still able to breed these human beings? Because I swear to God, she will keep that Kardashian Armenian blood alive forever, yo. I know her father's like, go Kourtney. Go Kourtney, my firstborn. Like, fucking creating a whole army of them, yo. Like, this is what, yeah, like Kourtney started off. She was the one that first started getting pregnant. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because Kourtney is fucking 50 years old and pregnant now. Let me stop. But she is definitely up there, and she's pregnant with Travis Barker. You know, Travis Barker. I mean, in this world of science, I understand the still getting pregnant part, but it's like, yo, how many kids does she have? Like 20? Like, for real. Like, that shit is wild. It's like, I wonder how Scott feels, because she has his whole army, you know, and now she got the Barkers. Like, she had, I don't know what his this ex, but now she got the Barkers. So that's like wild. So it's just like, so I kind of want to go, I thought what was cool, because I grew up with Blink-182. I grew up watching like all the music videos. And if anybody, you know, shout out to my millennials. If anybody ever watched the All the Small Things music video, you'll see a scene where a lady is holding up like a paper, and she's like, Travis, I'm pregnant. It's funny how I give her voice, even though she wasn't talking. But it says, Travis, I'm pregnant. And Kourtney went to Travis's concert and did the same thing. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Like, I'm like, Kourtney, that's actually the coolest thing you ever did. Nah, let me stop. But I thought that was really cool. I don't know. Sometimes Kourtney's like the boring Kardashian. So I'm like, oh, look at her getting creative and shit. You know, and it's just like the fact that it was like, you know, she is pregnant, because that was just like fake in the music video, but she held like the Travis I'm pregnant sign, and like it was like the world that knew, like, you know, she has a baby. So shout out to them. I thought that was a pretty cool way to announce your baby, you know, like you could literally do the before and after. Now if it was the exact same day that video dropped, that mic drop on that one, that's actually pretty fucking dope. But yeah, shout out to them. And like, honestly, Kourtney, you are keeping that fucking family alive, yo. You will have a baby every 2 years. Like, that's wild crazy. Like, you know, you're Kris Jenner. Because when I think about it, Kris Jenner had all of them. So you are the Kris Jenner, bro. That's wild crazy. I am curious though, because it's a lot of kids. The Kardashians are multiplying, you know? So I always think like we grew up seeing them. So I wonder, like, in 20 years, they're definitely going to have a TV show for sure. What is that going to be like? You know, for real. Like, what is that going to be like? That's crazy. I don't know. I'm here for it though. I wonder like who would be the star, who would not be the star. Like, I don't know. Definitely, I don't even think North will be in it. She'll be like, I'm too cool for this shit. But I don't know. That's definitely something that was interesting. I was like, yo, these Kardashians just keep multiplying. But yeah, Kourtney's pregnant. She's out here breeding, and she will breed till she dies. She's like, Kourtney, she's gonna create the Kardashians forever. But yeah, she's keeping that family alive. All right. We talked a little bit about that. We're gonna get into like another question. And I feel like this is like definitely like a question for today. Like, what's the dumbest way you ever hurt yourself? Like, you actually hurt yourself. And I actually have like a story about this. And this is like a true story. So I was like in a past relationship or whatever, and it was like definitely fucking toxic. And I remember I was arguing with this other human being, and I was just so fucking frustrated, and it was my left foot that I went to kick the door and I broke my toe. I swear to God, this is not a lie. I really broke my toe. And I remember like I was like screaming and expressing myself, like just so upset. And I was like, And I immediately, we both turned around like, time out. Like we both, and I said that. I was like, time out. I was like, I just hurt myself. And like, yeah. And I always just like, I'm so upset at that. Like, cause like I really just broke my fucking toe because I was so upset. I really should have broke your face. But anyways, no, like that was really the dumbest way I ever hurt myself. I was so upset because it's like, not only do you hurt yourself, but you hurt yourself in a way where you now have to go to the fucking hospital and go get this shit fixed. And then
it was at this moment that he fucked up.
I fucked up. That was definitely an L on my fucking side. And I like to explain it to the doctor. They were like, what happened? And because like, this is the thing. When you go to the hospital and doctor, I don't know why people are so afraid to just tell them the truth. Yo, they don't give a fuck. They need to know the truth, yo. Like, if you smoke weed, if you smoke crack, and you think you're having a heart attack, you need to let them know, because they will help you based on your condition. I feel like people, they're like, no, they should know that. And that's when you die. Like, when you don't tell the truth, that's when you die. Like, please be honest with your doctors. I'm so serious. They're not going to judge you. I mean, you'll probably be a funny ass story later on for them when they're on their lunch break, but who gives a fuck about that? It's about your life. But be honest with them. So it's just like, I remember like just being there like with the intake nurse, you know, oh, how'd this happen? I was arguing, kicked the door. And right then and there, she's like, so you know what? I think you might have kicked the door like this. And because you kicked the door like this, it means the fracture is definitely here. And I was like, see, this is why you're honest with them. Because if I would have been like, yo, I tripped and fell, yo, the ways of fixing this would have been wrong. Yeah, man, be honest with your doctors. And I don't smoke crack, by the way. That was the most craziest example. But I'm just saying, if you were in that scenario and you just did that and you think you're having a heart attack, or say, you know, whatever the cause is, say the truth, because maybe there's a smoke for crack users. Like, you're alive now, you know, like, just be honest. Yeah, it's a hospital. They don't really give a fuck. They don't. They just want to make sure you live. I mean, I would hope so. But anyways, she's 44 years old, out here breeding. Like, that's wild crazy. So that means she's gonna be 45 when she has that baby, right? Yeah, because her birthday's like in April. But anyways, that's crazy. Keeping up with the Kardashian kids. Yo, fast. Keeping up with the kids. Yo, shout out to Nadine in the check-in. She made it. I punched a garbage bag like a punching bag and broke my hand. Amanda woke up and chose violence. She chose violence. But yeah, sorry guys, I went on a tangent and I just like completely forgot. Yeah, be honest with your doctors, because the more honest you are, the better they can actually like diagnose you about your condition. So just do yourself a favor and just do that. Damn, this always happens. Every time I come by myself, I realize I have way too many topics, and then I start like, which one's the best one? Because I notice that my time is running out. That's what happens when you got the gift of gab. All right. If you could, I think this is dope as fuck. All right. And Barb, I'm going to ask you this question. If you could ask your pet one question, one question, is gonna be the only time you will ever understand them, what would it be? I'm gonna say mine first, but then I'm gonna ask Marv, and then Amanda, I want you to answer it too. Nadine, you don't got pets, but you could pretend. All right, if I were to ask my pet a question, I'd be like, do you like me? I would just straight up ask that. I need to know, do you like me, and what can I do to be better? I would want to be, because I want to be that, like, you know, like, what if, I just want to know, do you like me, and what would I do to do better? That would be the question I would ask my pet for sure, because I think that's the only question I would want to ask? Or besides, like, I don't know, like, that would ask. I don't know. What would you ask Rocco, Marv? What kind of music do you like? Nothing that you play. Like, imagine you find out you have a sassy ass dog or cat. Yo, Amanda, I'm curious. What would you ask baby? What would you ask your cats? I want to know what's my name. Yo, thanks. Yo, do you like your name? Like, there's so many ways this can go. Like, you know? What would you like to eat? Nadine, you have a dog? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Yeah, facts. It's like, how are you feeling? I don't know. Like, that's why I would get back to, like, do you like me and what I could do to be better? Like, I want to be the best owner because I'm going to be the only owner you're going to have because you're not going to foster home, bitch. You're here. So I want to work on our relationship. I want you to listen to me. Like, I just want to make things better. I would dead ask my pet that. But I always thought that was like so, like, but again, it's only like one chance, you know? So like, I always thought that was something cool to think about. Like, and I also could tell like your relationship with your pet too. Like, what type of question would you ask? So we asked that one. Ooh, I'm not Mina getting old. So another thing I want to talk about, and I was actually going to talk about this before because I'm kind of getting irked by it. I don't know if I did, but I'm not here for the artist just not developing. I'm so serious. I'm like, I don't know, like, when I was like looking for like topics, you know, just researching shit for my show, I'm like, okay, what's hip? You know, what are the new things happening with artists nowadays? And I don't know, like I'm looking at like concerts and like performances and like it's just not giving anymore. Like I don't know, like it's I don't know. Like to me, when I grew up, you had to like like yo, you had a crisp ass mic, like shit was a performance. Like now it's like I don't even know. And I'm like, you know, I'm kind of disappointed in this whole Ice Spice person because like at first I was like, yo, I was riding her wave because I was like, oh cool. I'm not gonna lie, I found out she was Capricorn. I was like, okay, cool, I fucks with that. I love Capricorns. But then I got disappointed because I was like, as a Capricorn, you should do better. Bitch, you should do better. I don't know, I saw a performance. I don't know where she was performing at. But it was like, obviously, like, okay, back then lip syncing was like taboo. It was like taboo for you to lip sync with your music. But nowadays, it's like socially accepted. It's like the thing to do. It's like, oh, you're not lip syncing? Acapella? Like, you know, which it should be like, fuck, talent, hello. But anyways, so I don't know, like she was performing and shit like that. And it was like, she in her mood. She in her mood. She's just like, I swear to God, the mic is here. Bitch, what you doing? What are you doing? And then the crowd was just like kind of awkwardly silent or whatever. Like, yo, her backup dancers, like, why you not dancing with your backup dancers, bro? Like, don't get me wrong. When Beyonce performs, that's a fucking performance. I'm not even a big fan of Beyonce, but one thing Mina Mendoza is not is a hater. Like, yo, that is a performer, bro. Britney Spears, performer, bro. Everybody that I know that I grew up in my era, performers. I saw that. I was like, yo, if I paid money to see that, I would be upset, bro. I'd be like, what is the difference of her getting up there and me getting up there? And I feel like the only time the crowd goes crazy is when she twerks. And I'm like, I'm not with that. I'm all about the girl power shit. Don't get me wrong. I love my women. But again, from a Capricorn to another Capricorn, like for real, where is the artist development? Why are you not dancing? Like, yo, twerking, I'm sorry, twerking is not dancing. Well, it is dancing, but it's not like, you don't gotta be, like shit, Megan Thee Stallion performs, bro. Like, why can't, I don't know. I was just disappointed. And I'm just like, I feel like she didn't even know her lyrics and you're lip syncing. And it's just like, yo, for real? I don't know. I was very disappointed in that. And then I just started looking at other performers and I'm like, damn, like, it sucks that my son has to grow up and think that this is talent. I'm gonna just say it. Like, it sucks. And no, okay. It's not everybody, bro. It's not everybody. There's other people out there that definitely perform and are doing their thing, but I don't know. Like, you're an artist, bro. Be an artist. Create. Show me something crazy on stage, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to see the reason why you want to do this. Like, anybody could just sing with a radio. I don't know. Like, to me, Ice Spice, I hope that you do better. I hope that you reach an artist developer where they could actually help you with your career. Because I feel like, okay, you hot, you popping. Now imagine if you could actually have the extraness to back it up. I don't know. I don't think we should be paying people to just be sitting there and twerk. You feel me? I hope you write your music. Shit, even Cardi B performs, bro. Cardi B because you know what it is? It's fucking personality. I think that's what it is. I don't think Ice Spice gives personality. Because when I think of Cardi B, she's out here. She's her fucking self, bro. I don't know. It's just, it's giving bland. And you know Mina Mendoza only does spicy. It's not spicy. It's giving bland. All right? We don't like bland shit. I'm not paying for bland shit. If I'm at MetLife, I need to see fireworks. The performance got to be fireworks. It's got to be fireworks. Nadine, it's not talent. Facts, it's not talent. Yo, shout out to Nadine. She went to go see Carlos Santana. That's fucking dope. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. I bet you Santana wasn't lip syncing. I bet you Santana, he probably wasn't moving, but he gave you guys an amazing show. You know, that's dope as fuck. That's dope. I would have loved to see Santana. Yeah, NSYNC performed, but they were out of breath, but that's because they're fucking like, yeah. Like, you know, NSYNC was dope as fuck. Their dance moves were so cool. Is the least of the spices. Yeah, Coda Blush. Yo, shout out to Blush. Shout out to Blush. What is it? Lodi? Little Lodi? That's where it's at. Yo, Blush is a good time. Shout out to Blush. Yo, I definitely gotta go inside Blush one day and still keep that dream alive. Yeah, I have my one of my segments, and I still plan on doing it. I'm gonna take a camera in there and just interview every dancer there. Be like, who's the best one? Who's the wackest? You know? I'm still gonna do this, so it's coming soon. There you go. Coming soon. All right, let's get to another little question. All right. I feel like I gotta talk about this because it happened today. Yo, would you ever return something that you used? Yo, for real. Like, nah, that ass. Like, would you ever return something that you used? Like, I feel like I did that one time. And I'll admit it. Like, you feel me? I'll admit that. So, one time, I bought a charger that I needed in the moment. But the thing is that it wasn't charging my phone. I felt like my phone was going to blow up. So, but then it started charging my phone. And then but then I was just like, nah, I don't want this. Like, this shit is faulty as hell. So I returned that. So that's like half using it. But I did use it. I was like, I'm going to use the shit out of you before I fucking return you, bitch. Because I still need some of you. Pero that's not the same thing. So what I mean is like, yo, seriously. And we're going to keep it super anonymous because I don't want people coming for me. But yo, true story. So this customer, right? And this is a real story, you know, based on true events. I wish I could do a dramatization. Like, the way my mind works is wild. So this customer, right? We're going to say her name is Candy. So Candy comes to this soap store, right? And she returns a product that she definitely used. And what she did to like make it seem like she didn't use it, even though like this is a thing, like when customers try to do this, it's like, yo, why are you doing this? Like, you could just return it. It's okay. People have reactions to products. It's just the lie that gets me. They filled it up with a little bit of water, and their excuse of returning it was that it was too watery. Now, the product itself was 2 months expired. So it was already expired. Yo, facts, for real. It was already expired. Whatever. We do the return for her, no problem. It was actually an exchange. Now, the wild thing to me is like at the end, she literally, and this is like for real, she literally was like, oh, so what do you do with the products that customers return? Like, do you use them, or like, do you give them to your staff? Do you use them as testers? You know, and like the person just kind of answered Candy and was like, well, we throw it out. You know, we don't know if the customer tampered with the product. You know, that was in someone's physical house or wherever it might be. Like, we don't want to, that seems a little like unethical and unsanitary. Not that we're calling the person dirty, but again, you don't know what that product has been through. This person had the audacity, was like, well, can I get it back? Yo, how you gonna return a product and then ask for it back? That's
Are you dumb?
yo, for real, that's technically theft. And this is a real story. That the audacity of this human being, bro. Like, you got issues. And that's where I feel like, that's where I mean, like a product that you use, like people who return things for this type of, like, to me, it's like, that's not even, I wouldn't even say it's scamming, because you're not even using the product to its fullest extent. You're just, it's like you're making yourself suffer. I'm going to try this for like 2 days just to give it back. Like, what the fuck? That's like torturing yourself. Like, what if you really love the product? But like, my issue is just like, why returns? I don't know. Like, if you're gonna return something, it's really because you don't like it. Like, don't be returning shit that you use, bro. Don't be out here using a shirt, wear it for a whole event, then return it.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're for real. And the way that people do this is like fucking crazy. Like, I got another story for this because I just remember something wild. So I'm going to just say it because I feel like you could say this now because I haven't worked there in like 10 years. So 10 years ago, right? Well, actually, no, because they might come after me. But I used to work at a place called Banana Republic. I think I could say that, right? Banana Republic.
Oh, my God.
Banana Republic. That'd be all right. But I feel like, yo, it was true. Well, they don't do that no more because I feel like they tightened their policy. So that's why I feel like I can say this. So, and it wasn't even on the company. But check this out. One time a customer, right? They came and returned a whole 3-piece suit. And I'm not going to lie. They were my customer. I was just like, you could tell the suit was worn. It was like wrinkled, whatever. So my thing is like, yo, I'll pick and choose my battles. To me, I was just like, listen, I got to get a manager. Like, you know, like, because I don't want to get in trouble for it, you know? So I swear to God, bro, this is the way karma works, though. Karma worked on that person today. So I feel like I could say the name. There's not even a bad story on them. I feel like it popped off on the customer. So the customer swore up and down, gave a wild-ass story about this suit did not work, right? The date was May 11th. Of the day that they were trying to return the product. The day that they bought the product was June. It was like a date in like early May. When my manager goes and takes the coat, you know, he's just checking the products and stuff like that. He goes into the sleeve of the jacket, and I'm gonna just say it's a dead giveaway, you know. So the person that was returning the product was Jewish, you know, they were Jewish, and the reason why I'm not socially profiling is just, you know, he had a yarmulke. When he looked inside the sleeve of the jacket, 2 yarmulkes came out of it. And this guy said he didn't wear it.
Oh my
and on
God,
the yarmulkes, for real, and on the yarmulkes, it was a souvenir from a wedding. That was the date. So it was May 11th that they were returning the suit. The date was May 9th. So they went to this wedding, left the souvenir in the jacket, and then tried to return it. So then my manager's like, do you want this back? You know? But it was crazy. I remember that day. It was just like, yo, for real?
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
So I'm like, I'm so serious. And I'm like, yo, are you not embarrassed, bro? Like, yo, why would you do that? And like, you know what's crazy though? Is like my manager still took the return. It was just wild. But like, I remember a month later, they changed their policy. They changed the policy. They tightened that shit up now. They definitely, but that was a wild time. It was a wild time to definitely get away with things. But I always remember that. I was like, yo, for real? Like, your kids were right behind you. And it was like, you know, no judgment. We were just like, yo, maybe those things just were there. It's like, how do you explain 2 yarmulkes and a coat jacket? I just stood there. I was like, I don't even get paid enough for this. I don't even know how we will handle this.
From Stupid Town?
Yo, for real. That shit was wild. That was a wild time. Wait, who? It's yours forever. Yo, I'm done. That's hilarious. Everybody, please, yo, Amanda and her little puns. I love her. But yeah, guys, stop returning shit that you used. Like, buy with purpose, you know? Don't buy it to, like, return it. That's just so fake. We don't do that no more. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So, yeah, let's stop. For the year 2023, let's stop being fake. Be authentic. Own it. That part. All right. So, we answered the couple, like, you know, just like any other questions. And I feel like I want to ask another question because I do think about this sometimes. When do you feel like your childhood ends? Like, your personal childhood ends? Like, when is that time where it's like, all right, I can't be doing this type of shit no more, you know? Like, I gotta be cool now. I feel like for me, Mina Mendoza, the transitional period where I was just like, damn, I can't act like a kid no more. I feel like it went through phases. The first phase for me, it was when it was not cool to play Barbies. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was the person that definitely lied to my friends about, because they started it. I remember it was like in 4th grade. They were like, oh, you still play with Barbies? I'm like, hell yeah. What the fuck? I got all them bitches. All the Spice Girls. No, I'm so serious. And I always remember that. All the girls were like, oh, you still play with Barbies? And like, I had to low-key be like, no. Mind you, I had every type of Barbie. I still wanted Barbies for like Christmas, and I don't know, I just grew up with Barbies. I had the car, the dollhouse, you know. I remember like I was still into it. And I remember like for real, like we're just letting go. And I remember that was like a sad moment for me in 4th grade. I wasn't ready. But 5th grade, I remember I let go. But that was a moment as a kid that I was just like, damn, like, that's it. What am I going to do with all this shit? Because I had mad Barbies. And then I feel like as you get older, you know, because once you even stop playing with Barbies, you still go through other transitional phases. I feel like as women, we go through that phase of like being a preteen. When I knew I guess the other phase is like, when did you know you were a woman? To me, I feel like, I don't know. Obviously I'm a woman. I've always felt like a woman. But like, I guess like the day that I felt like an adult, like for real adult. Yo, I would have to say 24, 25. It took me a while to mature. It definitely took me a while to mature. And I feel like, yo, facts. The day I felt like an adult was the day I lost my insurance. Like when the Obama couldn't take care of you no more. I'm not gonna lie. That's when I felt like an adult. Like that was like, damn, I gotta start paying for insurance now. Like fuck, because I went to college later, so I was always under my mother's insurance, because through the Obama law, I don't even think it was for even if you go through college, but it was always to the age of 26. Like you're covered under their insurance, and then after that you have to get your own. So that was always like wild to me. Like, yeah, it was when I had to get my own insurance, when I had to stop playing with Barbies. Those were like transitional, like, damn, like my childhood is definitely over. I feel like once I had to pay for my own insurance, like I was like, oh, that's it. Like I can't look at that shit the same anymore. Yeah, that was it for me. What was it for you, Marv? What was the sign for you where you knew for real, your childhood has ended? For real? I mean, but like, You never had a scenario like what I just said with my Barbies where you had to like admit to your friends like, oh no, I don't, or like lie? I'm dead. Marv still plays with toys. That's what he's saying. Marv still plays with toys. All right, let's look at this check-in. I'm curious to know, like, Amanda, when was your pivotal moment where you had to grow up? When Santa was revealed. See, I always knew Santa was fake. I always say the story. I lived in Patterson. I didn't have a chimney. And I caught my mom. And like, it just was never real for me until you have kids. This is true. This is true. Nah, to me, felt like an adult when I had bills. Yo, facts. Facts. When you had your first phone plan, insurance, credit card. Yeah, it's just the bills part, you know? Like, you grow up and, like, with this invincibly fable, and it's like, damn, like, that's it? Like, now I'm on my own. Like, I gotta start doing shit now. I don't know. I feel like everybody has their own path of life, so that was always one thing that I thought about. Like, when is it gonna be officially that your childhood ends? Like, when is it gonna be uncool to do the things that you thought were cool? So, different strokes for different folks. I'm going to ask one more question just because, again, I have the gift of gab and I talk so fucking much that I never finish what I have to say. All right. Damn, I'm like in between two questions right now. All right. Just because I guess we're sticking to the childhood, I'm going to stay in that era. What rule do you feel like you always broke in school, like no matter what? Or like what rule was always hard to not break in school? To me, no matter what, it was always the chewing gum. No, for real. Like, I always chewed gum. Like, I didn't give a fuck. There was like no gum in school, for real. As I'm chewing the gum, I'll probably read a sign chewing the gum. Like, I got suspended for chewing gum back in my, like, elementary school. I remember that. Like, that's how serious they took it. And I still chewed gum. It was always the chewing gum part for me. Like, I feel like it was so hard to, like, not break that rule. Like, I wasn't really a bad kid in school. But if that's what I'm saying, like, whenever there was a rule, like, I was a good kid. I was a great kid, actually. I got honor roll. I was always a straight A student. So, excuse me, when I think of, like, being a rebel, breaking rules and shit, I was like, I'm gonna chew gum, because I just felt like that shit was dumb as hell. Like, what if I just want to chew gum? Like, I just thought that was just the silliest rule ever. And then as an adult, like, I see why they didn't want us chew gum, because as kids, we're never like, you know, what the fuck did we do? We put it under our desk, the table, on walls. So I get it, you know? It's just at that time, you know, you're a kid and it's like, damn, I want to chew fucking gum. I want to stay awake in school. I feel like the chewing gum part was like the cup of coffee part for school for me, you know, like, because I feel like in elementary school, elementary school, middle school, whatever, you're not really going to school with coffee. I didn't start drinking coffee till college. So when it came up to like breaking rules, it was always the chewing gum part. I'm curious though, what's the rules that like you found so hard to be broken? I'm always late. Yeah, I was always late too. That too. I was the late room girl. I was that in the high school. Fun fact, not fun fact, but crazy fact. Garfield High School. I was late so many times that, and yo, shout out to Mr. Mucha, because you're cool as hell. And I know that, you know, it didn't happen, but I always remember that moment. I was late so many times that Garfield High School was going to sue me. For every single time that I was late.
Oh, that was different.
When you see where I live and where the high school is, yo, I swear to God, like that shit was just wild crazy. And the thing is that they couldn't get to me because I was a straight A student. So they were like, why is it that you just don't like going to your first period class? I used to show up to school at fourth period. I used to show up to gym. Just be like, hey, I'm here.
Savage.
I'm not kidding. And like, come and take the midterm, get a straight A. I don't know. Like, I had that. Okay. When I got to high school, I was like, I'm too smart for this shit. I swear. Very wild. But I used to just show up to school whenever I wanted. But I was a late person too. But not because I wanted to be late. It's just because I was so bored. I was like, yo, everything you're showing me, I know what to do. So I feel like it's just like, can you give me something else? But whatever. I hope, don't be like Mina Mendoza. That wasn't the best. That was too cocky. But I did get straight A's. Whatever. All right. I hate this time because I feel like I didn't get to all my topics. But I love this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love when I can interact with my people. You guys are my people. And yeah, you guys are truly what makes my show special. I love that I could be that type of person to entertain you. I have no problem having that role in the world. I love being the entertainer. That's who I am. I feel like that is who Mina Mendoza is. I love that I could be that for you. So, as we end the show, shout out to Amanda, Nadine, shout out to Bravery Studios, shout out to everybody. I hope they find the submarine. I really do. And yeah, we're out of here. Next week, I will not be on air, just so you guys know. Mina Mendoza is going to be in fucking Vegas, bitch. Yes, Wednesday I'm going to be in Vegas. So there will not be a show next week, but we're going to be working out when these shows will actually come out. So I will be putting information about that soon. And besides that, your girl's out of here. It's Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. And we out.